Hi everybody, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day. Before we get started, hi, my name is Teresa and I welcome you all to my channel. If you're new here and you like unboxings, you like getting ready with me with some scary ghost stories, I've been doing Monday Masked Ladies collab, I do Tongue Twister Thursday, I do Fun Fact Friday, sometimes I do giveaways on this channel, and guys, I do more. I do random more than just beauty on this channel. Now if you're interested in all the content that I just said, then please reconsider hitting the subscribe button down here on the bottom. When you hit the subscribe button, there'll be a bell. And when you hit the bell, you'll be notified of when I upload my new video. So today, guys, is get ready with me in some scary ghost stories. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes, yes, yes. So how's everybody's night going? Are you having a good night? Did you have a good Saturday afternoon? I hope everybody did. When you're seeing this video, I'm actually going to be at my mom's and sister's, so because my mom on Thursday has to go in for surgery. So I'm doing this video on a Wednesday. Shh, our little secret, right? But she's going in for surgery on Thursday, so I have to pre-make all my videos. I usually do every Wednesday or Thursday. It don't matter. Whatever day I feel like, you ever get that? You just like, do I really want to film today? Or, anyways, she's going in for surgery, so I need to help her out and stuff. I mean, I love my mama. So, like I said, you'll be seeing this on Saturday. Yeah, duh. But I will be at my mama's, but I will still be here to talk to you all. Yes. So, the palette that I'm using today, I got this off from Amazon. I have to say it like that because she goes off all the time. She's so sensitive. We changed her name so many times, and it just, I don't know, she just keeps going off and drives me crazy. Just like every other woman, we're all crazy, right? So anyways, the palette that I'm using is called the Jaded Ambience Jade. It's got greens and blues and all kinds of colors. Yes, I feel like wearing spring colors, I guess. Let me see. Come on, Teresa, be smarter than the package here. If I can get it open. And those are the colors right there, which I'm quite excited to work with it. You can see I've been in it. I've used it before. Holy croly. What is wrong with me tonight? And those are the colors that I'm working with. And if you're new here, I have been reading some ghost stories, West Virginia ghost stories for my state, which I'm almost done with this book. I'm going to be moving on to another state book. I'm not for sure which one I'm going to get, but I've had others put in a comment of what state, of their state that they would like me to read. Let me reword that. I'm not even cutting it out. For their state, I'm going to buy a ghost story for their state. And this is what the book looks like. And by no means, I'm not a sponsor of the book, nor am I a sponsor of the author, and I'm not a sponsor of the eyeshadow palette company. But yes, I've been reading some ghost stories out of here, and we are getting a little close to the end, and I'm excited to move on to another state. So, before we get started on the reading, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put eye primer on, and I got the Stuck on You by the Beauty Crop, which I absolutely love. Love this stuff. And I'm just going to put it all over my eye here. So, and I usually use my finger to do that. And I got my mirror right here in front of me. So, hi. So I'm just gonna put this like all over my my eye here. It's really thick, but it really keeps the eyeshadow in place. You know, I really like this primer for my eyes. Because I noticed some of my eyeshadow palettes I do have, they're really pretty and pigmented, but they don't stay on my eyes very long, so I know most eyeshadows need to have a primer, so that's another reason why I went ahead and bought some primer for my eyes. So, and it's a sample size, but a little bit goes far, so I would recommend it to anybody else who uses eyeshadow a lot. And if you want your eyeshadow to last longer, to go ahead and purchase it, because it's really nice stuff. I got it for $3 from Ipsy. So, alright. Just trying to get it all in there. There we go. There we go. So we got the eyes primed. Alright, so I'm going to move you aside here. And then we're going to do an all over base look, which I like to start off with just a light base. So since it's green, I'm going to use, which one would be this green right here in the middle, this really pretty green right here. So I'm just going to put it all over my eyes. I'm going to look like a leprechaun, basically. St. Patrick's Day is past, but you know. And I have to tap it out because there's a lot of fallout. Alright, so I'm just going to make that as my base. This weather is crazy. It's making me sleepy. We're supposed to get storms today. Getting more from that tropical storm that's happening in Florida. If you live around that area that the tropical storm Elsa is hitting, I pray for you all, and you guys are all in my thoughts, and I love all of you, and please, please stay safe. Please do. Please do. And I'm praying that it does not turn into a hurricane. I've been through, I lived in Florida for a couple of years with my ex-husband, and I've been through a tropical storm, but not a hurricane. And I'll tell you what, tropical storm was enough for me. There, you know, it scared the crap out of me. You know, here in West Virginia, we do get tornadoes, but very unlikely for them to actually land here because we have a lot of mountains and they bounce on the mountaintops. I mean, some places still get hit with tornadoes, but not as bad like Oklahoma and stuff. But yeah, please be safe. I mean, tropical storms are no fun. Hurricanes, I can't imagine. I can't. Alright, so in the crease of my eye right here, we're going to go a little bit darker. And I know I do that backwards. I always go dark to light. I don't know if it's light to dark, but that's how I usually do it. So we're going to take this bluish green one right here. It's a really pretty one. This one right here. I'm just going to put that into the crease of my eye here. So let me go ahead and find that brush. I think it's this guy, yes. So I'm going to use this brush right here and just put it right here in the crease of my eye. So, let's go ahead and get that on there. But, you know, with it being dark like that, it's just, what's a good time? What is a better time than to read a scary ghost story, right? Because it's dark outside and gloomy, and you know how some of those stories are. If you've been here for a while watching, some of the stories are very creepy. Some are very sad too. It just breaks my heart with some of these stories that, you know, people had gone through and how they died, and the reasons why they haunt, you know, the different places and stuff like that. It's just really, really sad, you know. Just in a crease in my eyes, all I'm doing right now. With the darker color. And greens actually go pretty good with people who have brown eyes. Pinks and greens are good for brown-eyed people. Alright, let's go ahead and read our first story, and then we're going to do some more of my eyes. Alright, so where did we leave off at? So, take out this. It marks my page so I know where I stopped at. Whew. Alright, so this first story that I'm going to read today is called Little Coin Left by a Ghost. Ooh, that sounds creepy. This is called Battle of Shepherdstown in Jefferson County. And it says, 48 hours after being beaten in the Battle of Antietam, Confederate General Robert E. Lee decided to retreat with his troops. They would find safety in Virginia by crossing the Potomac River at Boteler's Ford, a principal crossing point, a mile and a half downstream from Shepherdstown. But the campaign for both sides was continuing. Union troops were hot on their heels in pursuit when the Confederates attempted to cross the river. There were several skirmishes, and the Confederates came out victors. Still, the battle would end the campaign of Maryland for Lee when the Union drove his troops out of Maryland. And it shows you some, let me put that down, some older pictures, like paintings and stuff of the Confederate troops. And then this lake area right here. And I'll go ahead and read the descriptions on the bottom of those. On the bottom of the painted one, it says, Boteler's Ford, Potomac River, near Shepherdstown Point, at which Confederate Army crossed after the Battle of Antietam with the Federal Army hot in pursuit. And then it says, Boteler's Ford Point, at which Confederate Army crossed, image from 1861 to 1865, Library of Congress. And that was that top one. Boteler's Ford today in the center of the picture. The riverbank can be accessed by a trail that follows past an old cement factory where troops were held. The ford was used for the Army of Northern Virginia to escape, but was also used by earlier settlers to cross the wide river. Then it was called Pack Horse Ford. You can walk the trails and look out at the Potomac and see the ford where General Lee sat on horseback watching his troops file through before the battle ensued. You could take in the old cement factory where these fighting men hid behind the stone walls to keep from getting shot. The battle lasted only 4 hours. There were 73 Union soldiers killed and 36 Confederate soldiers who lost their lives. It was not until November 17th, 2016 that the Civil War Trust purchased 11 acres of land on the 1862 Battle of the Shepherdstown. It is a place to explore old things about the Civil War and new things about the spirits remaining. Listen closely. You may hear the cries of men long gone, hear the drums and the guns and splash of horse hooves as they cross the ford. Or you might feel a strange sensation that you are being watched while you walk the path along the river. I did. The person in the story, not me. I've never been there. When I turned, I saw a shadow standing next to a tree. I walked over to investigate, thinking that surely it was just the shadows on a sunny day wiggling through the canopy of leaves. But at my feet, I found a coin. I reached down to pick it up and turned it over in my fingers. It was so old that I could not decipher anything on it. It almost killed me, but knowing it was a historical site, I had to let that little coin go. I put it down next to the tree and left it there for the ghost. And then it shows you the little trail right here. That's creepy. Whew, to find a little old coin. Alright, let's read this short one here. This one is also in Shepherdstown in Jefferson County. It's called Ghost of Peyton Smith at Old Globe Tavern. And this is it looks like the old tavern right here. If you can see that. Says, the Shepherdstown Museum was once the building that housed the Entler Hotel, providing lodging and Globe Tavern, offering drinks and entertainment. On a Tuesday in November 1809, 17-year-old Peyton Bull Smith and 16-year-old Joseph Holmes had been drinking and playing cards. At 16 and 17, were they allowed to drink back then? Make sure. Yeah. Smith had just graduated in 1808 from William and Mary College in Williamsburg, Virginia, and had just set up in an office with Holmes, his boyhood friend. The two disagreed about a trivial matter during the game, and Smith called Holmes a damned fool. Spurred on with taunts by some military recruiting officers at the table, Holmes unwillingly challenged Smith to a duel. Smith accepted, and the two made arrangements to fight in a duel at a daybreak on the Maryland side of the Potomac River. It was Tuesday, November 28th, 1809. Peyton Smith was a great shooter. Holmes was not so good and was considered doomed. But when our arbitrators marked the distance and the men stood erect and raised their pistols, Holmes would fire, and his shot would hit its mark. Smith did not fire his gun. Smith was carried to Entler Hotel and laid in an upstairs room. A servant had been sent earlier to warn the man's mother of the duel that was going to take place. She rushed to the scene, but only made it just to hear her son's last breath. Peyton Smith died in just a few hours. Over the years, those walking within the walls of the building have heard footsteps and moans. Most believe it is the ghost of Peyton Smith whose voice calls out. The sound of furniture moving resounds against the walls, perhaps spirits of those preparing the room for the heroic young man who refused to shoot his childhood friend. It's really sad. And then in the description box it says, fatal duel. With the most painful sensations, we announce the death of Mr. Peyton Bull Smith, eldest son of General John Smith of this county, representative in Congress. And the death of this young gentleman, who we have again deplored the prevalence of a practice which by rapid strides had gained uncontrolled ascendancy throughout the civilized world. He fell a victim in a duel with Mr. Joseph Holmes of this place on Tuesday last near Shepherdstown on the Maryland side of the Potomac. The Gazette, Winchester, December 1st, 1809. That's really, really sad. Really, really sad because his friend shot him and he didn't even pull the trigger. That's really, really sad. Alright. Alright. So what are we going to do down here, girls? And maybe guys watching this too. Let's see. Let me get this palette back open. We're going to do something a little bit lighter. Let's do this green right here. This pretty green right here. We're just going to do that right down here on the bottom. Okay. Told you some of these stories are really sad, and it's just very heartbreaking of how most of these folks have passed away and the reason behind it, and then their spirit lives on and reenacting that incident that happened. You know, it's just, that breaks my heart, you know. So I'm going to use this green right here. So I'm going to use this flat brush right here, and I'm just going to put that right down here on the bottom. But who in the world would let their 16 and 17-year-old drink? I guess back then you were allowed to drink at that age and smoke cigarettes and whatever else they did. But nowadays you can't do that, which I think is a good thing. You know what I mean? I don't think any child should be introduced to that. I just my opinion, you know. Just putting that on the bottom. How's that look so far, guys? Does that look good? They do good? Let's go ahead and touch up the top of my eye. I'm just going to put more of that green base up there. Just a little bit more of this one. Give it like a little bit of a lighter color, dark color into a light color. The dog's going crazy. I don't know what she's doing. Alright, guys. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get off here and put my other makeup on and do something with this funky looking hair. And it only take you guys a half a second, as it will take me a little bit longer. So I will see you. everybody, I am back. I went ahead and did something with this hair. My hair is a little curly. It curls when it starts raining and stuff. It's crazy. And I put on my mascara, my eyeliner, my foundation, my under eye concealer, my lip gloss, my highlighter. Look how shiny I am. I'm very, very shiny. I look like Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. And I touched up my eyes a little bit. What do you guys think? Did it come out good? Do you like it? Does it look pretty? Brings up my eyes a little bit, huh? I'm doing the fish face. You ever see people on Facebook like, yeah. I try not to do that because my boyfriend always catches me. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, taking a picture. Alright, so let's go ahead and read another story. I might read another two, and then we're going to wrap things up. Alright, so let's go ahead and read us another story. Alright. Alright, so the story that we left off is called The Ghost at Table 25. Ooh. And it's also in Jefferson County. It's called Jefferson Security Bank. I guess is where it's taking place at. And this is what that looks like right there. Creepy looking building. Creepy. Alright. There is something about the old yellow brick building on the corner in Shepherdstown. In 1906, lot owners raised the brick building to erect the Jefferson Security Bank. Then, after 69 years in business, new owners turned the structure into a restaurant around 1975. Following its conversion into a restaurant, strange things began to happen. Glasses randomly fell off shelves, and people got a strange ghostly sensation around table 25. That was a short one. Alright, so our next one is... It's also in Shepherdstown. It's in a sweet shop bakery. It's called The Ghost of an Old Battlefield Hospital. Ooh, look how old that hospital looks. Looks pretty old to me. The building on the corner of German Street and King Street was a general store from the early 1800s to the 1980s. It was also a makeshift hospital during the Civil War. Soldiers wounded in the Battle of Antietam, September 17, 1862, were taken to this building, second floor, for emergency surgery. As a hospital, the rooms were crowded with the wounded and their groans and cries. Now the building is the Shepherdstown Sweet Shop Bakery with delicious pastries and cookies. Yes, I could not help but stop in and try a home-baked cookie, and it was to die for. Bakery workers have reported a Civil War soldier's ghostly form and have felt a mysterious presence brush past as they bake. The sound of mumbling and groans drift from somewhere above the pastry shop. Old remnants from its history as a Civil War hospital. Every few years, workers digging on the nearby properties discover bones believed to be that of soldiers who had limbs amputated and the remains tossed from upper windows so that laborers could load them in wagons and cart away. Ooh, that's creepy. Underneath the picture it says Mulder Hall was used as an emergency hospital after the Battle of Antietam. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Alright, we are going to read one more short one, and then we're going to wrap things up. So our last one is McMurrin Hall, also in Jefferson County. It's called The Old Man in the Clock Tower. Ooh, that looks scary. Look at that. That picture right there. Creepy. It says, the building served as the Jefferson County Courthouse right after the Civil War. The clock in the tower was originally in an old Episcopal church, but moved to the building in 1860. It eventually became the first building for Shepherdstown University in 1871. It has a ghost. An old man will peer out of the shutters at the students walking past at night. Some believe it might be a soldier. Like so many other buildings in this small town, medical personnel used the structure as a hospital during the Civil War. That's creepy. Could you imagine walking at night and you see something peeking out behind a curtain? Yeah, that would freak me out. Alright, guys, we are going to leave off on this next story. This next story will be for next Saturday. The one that we're leaving off on is called the Entler Weltzheimer House in Jefferson County, the Dead Cobbler. It looks pretty creepy too, so we're going to leave off on that one. Alright, let's go ahead and put that down. I hope everybody had fun. I hope you got a little bit scared. I hope you had a little bit of laughs. I just hope you had a great time with me. I always have a good time with you guys. I love each and every one of you, and I love talking to you and making our conversations in our comments and just everything. I appreciate everybody stopping by to watch. I appreciate you just, talking and just having a good time and getting a little scared. It's fun, right? It's fun. I think it's fun. I love making new friends, and I love all of you, and I'm so glad to call you my YouTube family. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I hope everybody stays blessed, and I hope everybody stays safe no matter where you are, no matter where you're at. Please stay safe, and I will be seeing you all in my next video. Thank you for stopping by, and you have a good night. Thank you. Bye. Woo! Stay spooky. Bye, everybody.